When you think of Selena Gomez, you might picture the polished pop star, the billionaire businesswoman, or the most followed woman on Instagram. But behind the glamorous facade lies a story that will break your heart and inspire you in equal measure. This is the story of a girl who grew up in poverty, faced impossible health challenges, survived toxic relationships, and somehow emerged as one of the most influential women in the world. This is the real Selena Gomez, unfiltered, vulnerable, and absolutely extraordinary.
My teacher said I gotta do all this stuff again.
Selena Marie Gomez was born on July 22, 1992, in Grand Prairie, Texas, a suburb of Dallas. This town would be the setting for some of her most important and difficult memories. Her parents, Ricardo Joel Gomez and Amanda Dawn Cornett, were young, really young. Her mother, Mandy, was just 16 years old when she had Selena. Imagine being a teenager, still figuring out who you are, and suddenly being responsible for another person. Ricardo and Mandy's relationship had a lot of ups and downs from the start. The stress of being young parents, money problems, and just not being fully grown up created a difficult mix. When Selena was just 5 years old, her parents split up, breaking up the family she knew. This wasn't just a simple separation. It was a huge change that would affect how Selena looked at love, relationships, and trust for a long time. After the split, Selena lived mostly with her mother, and this is where the real hard times began. Mandy worked 3 jobs at the same time just to keep a roof over their heads. Picture a single mother, still young herself, working so hard she was always tired. She worked in theatre, but that kind of work doesn't always pay a lot, especially back then. Money wasn't just tight, they had very little. Selena has spoken openly about watching her mother try to gather enough change to pay for gas. Can you imagine that? Being a child and seeing your parent count coins just to fill up the tank. Selena remembers going to the dollar store and her mother having to put things back because they couldn't afford them. These weren't just small problems. They were tough moments that marked her childhood with a sadness that stays with you. But perhaps nothing showed how little money they had more clearly than what Selena saw at home. She's remembered seeing her mother have a hard time making ends meet, the stress showing up in Mandy's health. There were times when they weren't sure if they'd have enough money for food. Selena learned early what it meant to go without, to make sacrifices, and that wanting something didn't mean you could have it. The money stress created a feeling of constant worry. Young Selena became very aware of money in a way kids shouldn't have to be. She noticed when bills came, when her mother looked sad looking at bank papers, when talk stopped suddenly because she was listening. Being so aware, this early understanding of adult problems took away some of the free and easy fun that childhood is supposed to have. School was a mix. It was a break, but also a reminder of what she didn't have. Other kids talked about family trips and new toys. Selena learned to change the subject and hide how things were. Kids can be unkind, even without meaning to, and money differences create social groups that kids notice. Selena got good at changing how she acted to fit in, even with her situation. This skill helped her later in Hollywood, but it meant she always felt like she was putting on an act. Her relationship with her father during this time was complicated and difficult. Ricardo wasn't gone, but he also wasn't always there in the way Selena needed. The split created distance, in body and feelings. Selena has talked about the mixed feelings of loving a parent who wasn't around, of waiting for calls that didn't always come, and promises that were sometimes broken. This unpredictable behavior taught her early about being let down. But here's where Selena's story takes a turn. Instead of letting these things get her down, Selena found something she loved in performing. Her mother's work in theatre meant Selena saw the arts from a young age. She was in her first theatre show and went to auditions for Barney and Friends, which would eventually change the path of her whole life. Mandy saw something special in her daughter, a spark and a talent that needed support, even with their money problems. In an act of deep motherly faith, and by giving things up, Mandy decided to support Selena's dreams. This meant driving hours to tryouts, paying for photos they couldn't afford, and taking time off work they really needed, all for the small hope that her daughter might make it in the very competitive world of acting. The auditions were tough, hearing no again and again, door after door closing in their faces. The acting world seems designed to make you quit. It tests your talent and your strength to keep going. For every maybe, there were dozens of no thanks. For every bit of hope, there was a big letdown. But then, when Selena was 7, something amazing happened. She got a part on Barney and Friends, the popular kids' TV show. It wasn't huge, but it was a start. It was proof that her dreams weren't just silly, that maybe she could really do it. On the Barney and Friends set, Selena met Demi Lovato, and they became friends right away. Here were 2 young girls, both eager for success, both from difficult backgrounds, and both set on making it. Their friendship became one of the most important in Selena's life. But like many friendships, it would have its ups and downs. Working on Barney gave Selena something new: a schedule, a goal, and a feeling of success. She wasn't just a kid from a family with little money anymore. She was a working actress on TV. The job also helped her family with money. It wasn't a lot, but it helped. And Selena could feel like she was helping out instead of just being a worry. But being on a kids' show has good and bad sides. It opens doors, but it also puts you in a box that's hard to get out of. Selena was learning how the business worked, the demands of acting, and the tiredness from keeping up her energy for the camera. She was building a strong work ethic, but she was also giving up a normal childhood. The drive between home and the set was very hard. Hours in the car, homework in the back seat, and friends left behind. Mandy was living 2 lives, working her jobs and managing her daughter's growing career. She was playing mum and manager at the same time, and often felt like she wasn't doing a good job at either. As Selena got older, the family made a scary but needed choice: move to Los Angeles to really follow her career. This meant leaving behind the normalcy and family they had in Texas for the unknown world of Hollywood. Mandy sold what they had, packed up, and bet everything on Selena. Los Angeles was not easy at first. The city is very expensive, especially for a single mum and daughter arriving with almost nothing. They moved into a small, tight apartment in a not-so-great area. The fancy side of Hollywood was not what they saw every day. Instead, there was more hardship, more tryouts, more hearing no, and more nights where Mandy worried if she had made a terrible mistake. But Selena was very strong. Every time she heard no, it made her work harder. She studied actors she liked, took classes they could afford, practiced all the time, and improved her skills. She understood deep down that talent wasn't enough. She had to work harder, be more prepared, and be tougher than everyone else. Her big break came in 2007, when Selena was 14. Disney Channel, the biggest place for young stars back then, gave her the main part of Alex Russo in Wizards of Waverly Place. This wasn't just any show. It was made to help her become the next big Disney star. The show was on for 4 seasons and made Selena famous everywhere. Wizards of Waverly Place was a huge hit right away. Selena, playing the funny, smart, and rule-breaking Alex Russo, really connected with millions of young fans. She brought real comedy and feeling to a part that could have been very simple. Her timing was perfect. Her connection with the other actors was easy to see, and most of all, people loved her. But being a Disney star had its downsides. The Disney system is known for being very strict. Young stars had to keep a clean, family-friendly look all the time. They became brands, not just people, products to be sold and protected. Selena was put in the spotlight at a young age, and everything she did was suddenly watched closely by the company. The schedule was very hard. Filming the TV show meant 14-hour days, 5 days a week, for months. She also had to do events, photo shoots, interviews, and start her music career. Disney expected its stars to do many things to make the most money. Selena was being shaped into a pop star, whether she was ready or not. In 2008, Disney put Selena in a band called Selena Gomez and the Scene. They put out 3 albums between 2009 and 2011. The music was light pop, made for her Disney fans, but it worked. Songs like Naturally and Love You Like a Love Song became real hits. This showed she could be popular in music, not just in acting. But during these Disney years, the world saw a happy, successful teenager. Behind the scenes, Selena was dealing with stress that would be too much for most adults. She was her family's main money earner before she could even drive. Every choice she made had an effect on her mother, her stepfather Brian, and later, her younger half-sister Gracie. The need to earn money was a heavy weight on Selena's young shoulders. She knew what it felt like to be very poor and struggle. The great fear of losing everything and going back to that life always worried her. This fear later showed up as her working too much and not being able to say no to new jobs. She had a strong need to stay popular and keep working. Success wasn't just about fame or feeling good about her work. It was about getting by and never going back to being poor. Her relationship with her parents got more and more complicated. Her mum and stepdad became her managers. This meant her family life got mixed up with her work life. Talking about work choices turned into family problems. Hearing feedback on her work felt like they were unhappy with her. The lines between business and family were completely gone. This created a situation that could not last. By 16, Selena was seeing the hard part of being famous. Photographers followed her everywhere. Gossip papers guessed about her body, her relationships, and everything she did. The internet was becoming a more unfriendly place, with blogs and social media where people always shared opinions and said mean things. Selena had to learn to ignore the noise, but this created a growing gap between who people thought she was and who she really was. The Disney image started to feel like a box. Selena was growing up. She had her own opinions and style and wanted to explore more grown-up topics in her work. But Disney wanted to keep her in the safe box that made them money. She watched other Disney stars have a hard time moving into adult jobs. Some did well, but many did not. She saw the warning stories and was set on not becoming one of them. As Selena navigated the difficult path of Disney stardom, her personal life was about to become a lot more complicated. Enter Taylor Swift, who would become one of Selena's closest friends and most important relationships. The two met in 2008 and bonded over shared experiences of young fame, busy careers, and the special challenges of being young women in the entertainment industry. Taylor and Selena's friendship gave Selena something she really needed: a peer who understood her life, someone who could relate to the unusual reality of being famous as a teenager, the loneliness that comes with success, the difficulty of knowing who your real friends are when everyone wants something from you. Their friendship would last, with its own ups and downs, through all the difficult times that were coming. But the relationship that would truly be a big part of Selena's young adult life was just beginning. In 2009, at the young age of 17, Selena Gomez met Justin Bieber. He was 15, a YouTube star just beginning his quick rise to becoming a huge star. Their meeting was innocent enough. Two young Disney-connected stars at an industry event. But the connection was obvious and the attraction was right away. At first, they tried to keep it quiet. Both were managed by teams who understood that relationships could be good for publicity, but also big problems. But by 2010, the rumors were too big to hide. Selena and Justin were spotted together repeatedly, their body language making it clear what their teams were trying to deny. The media nicknamed them Jelena, and the huge interest began. When they finally confirmed their relationship in early 2011, the reaction was huge. Justin's fans, many of whom were young girls who cared a lot about their dream relationship with him, got very angry with Selena. She received thousands and thousands of mean comments and was put under a level of negative attention that was very scary. This wasn't just celebrity gossip. This was a lot of negativity that would later lead to difficult emotional times. But in those early days, young love felt like its own protection. Selena and Justin were really into each other. They were young, famous, attractive, and the world was watching their romance happen. Pictures of them together got millions of clicks. Every date was photographed, every gesture talked about, every interaction looked at closely by fans and media. The relationship was intense in the way only teenage relationships can be. It took up all their time and energy, was dramatic, passionate, and couldn't last in the end. They were both at very important points in their careers. Justin was becoming one of the biggest pop stars on the planet, with a fan base that was extremely loyal. Selena was trying to change from Disney star to serious actress and musician. The practical side alone was very difficult. Constant travel, schedules that didn't match, time zone differences, and always being watched by the public. Their first breakup came in November 2012, after nearly 2 years together. The split was blamed on their busy schedules, but those close to them said it was more complicated. The intensity of their relationship, the pressure from fans and media, and the simple reality that they were very young people still figuring out who they were, all caused the breakup. But this was just the beginning. What followed would be years of on-again, off-again drama that would become one of the most talked-about relationships in pop culture history. Selena and Justin would break up and get back together multiple times over the next 6 years, each reunion causing a lot of excitement in the media, and each breakup making everyone guess about what went wrong. During their off periods, Selena dated other people, trying to move on, trying to prove to herself and the world that she was over Justin. But the pull between them was strong and caused problems. They would always find their way back to each other, convinced each time that things would be different, that they had both grown and learned and could make it work this time. The relationship became unhealthy, though neither probably had the experience or understanding to see it clearly at the time. There were reports of jealousy and intense arguments. Justin's behavior became more unpredictable, his career and personal life getting out of control in ways that were very public and worrying. Selena found herself in the very hard position of loving someone who was clearly having problems, but being unable to help him. To understand Selena's relationship with Justin Bieber, you have to look at the big picture. They weren't just two people dating, they were two of the most famous young people in the world, trying to have a private relationship. But millions of people watched, commented, and felt they had a right to an opinion about all of it. The relationship became a big part of who they were. For Selena, Justin was first love, that powerful, overwhelming feeling that makes you think no one else understands you like they do. For Justin, Selena seemed to be someone who kept him steady in a life that was getting more and more wild. But the relationship wasn't built on solid ground. It was based on being young, famous, and maybe needing each other too much, rather than truly being a good match or talking things through well. Between 2012 and 2018, their on-off relationship followed a set, difficult pattern. They would break up, often in public and in a messy way. There would be hidden messages online, posts that seemed aimed at each other, and songs that were clearly about their situation. Then things would go quiet. They might date other people, which looked like efforts to move on or make the other person jealous. And then, just like always, they would be seen together again, and it all started over. Every time they got back together, it was upsetting for Selena's friends and family. They watched her get hurt over and over and felt they couldn't help her. People close to Selena were said to be worried that she couldn't stay away from Justin. But anyone who's been in a very difficult relationship understands it's not about logic. It's about the strong feelings that keep pulling you back. It's the hope that this time will be better, and the fear that leaving means all the time you put in was for nothing. The relationship was very hard on Selena's well-being. She has spoken about how being watched by the public all the time, plus the ups and downs of the relationship, led to feelings of sadness and worry. She was trying to keep her career going, meet her work duties, handle her growing health challenges, which we'll discuss, and deal with a relationship that was making her unhappy, all while the world watched. In 2014, after another breakup, it seemed like Selena was really struggling. She went to a facility in Arizona, officially to rest, but also clearly for the emotional challenges she was facing. This was a big moment. Selena was starting to see that she needed help, that the way things were going couldn't last, and that she deserved to be treated better. The 2017 to 2018 time was the final chapter for them. After years apart, they got back together in late 2017. Fans and the media went wild. But this last try was short and, by many accounts, not good for them. By March 2018, it was completely over. Just a few months later, Justin was back with Hailey Baldwin, got engaged and married her very quickly. The speed of it all was a big surprise, and for Selena, it must have been incredibly hard. Selena has been very grown up in how she talks about the relationship now. She has said that they were both very young, that the relationship was emotionally difficult at times, and that she's had to work hard to understand her own reasons for going back to something that wasn't good for her. She's called it a needed part of her life story. Tough, but it taught her what she needs and deserves from a partner. The end of her relationship with Justin was a big turning point in Selena's life. It made her look at deeper questions about her own value, about why she put up with treatment she wouldn't want for her friends, and about the ways her tough childhood and need for love had made her open to relationships that weren't good for her. Looking at herself this way was hard, but in the end it changed her for the better. While Justin Bieber was the main story of Selena's love life for years, she had other important relationships. Each one showed something about where Selena was in her life, what she was learning about herself, and what she needed from a boyfriend. In early 2016, after another break from Justin, Selena briefly dated singer Charlie Puth. Their song together, We Don't Talk Anymore, created a spark, and they tried dating. But Puth later said that Selena was still in love with Justin when they were together, and he was basically a rebound. His honesty was tough, but it showed a hard truth. Selena was having a hard time moving on. She was using new relationships to fill the empty feeling left by her complicated one. The most important relationship between her final break from Justin and her current one was with The Weeknd. This relationship was clearly different from the ones before. Abel was older, further in his career, and their relationship seemed more grown up from the outside. They were seen together a lot, looking comfortable and happy. They went to events together and looked like a strong couple. But the relationship lasted only about 10 months. Importantly, it happened at the same time she had her kidney transplant surgery, which we'll talk more about. People said The Weeknd was very supportive while she got better, but the relationship couldn't last through the mix of her serious health challenges and her old feelings for Justin Bieber. When Selena and Justin got back together right after her split from The Weeknd, it was clear the timing was wrong. Selena hadn't been emotionally ready for what Abel was offering. After her relationship with Justin ended for good in early 2018, Selena seemed to make a choice to be single. She wanted to work on herself and figure out who she was on her own. This time of being single was very important. She focused on her health, her mind, her friends, and her work. She was learning to be comfortable by herself and to find happiness that didn't come from a relationship. During this time, Selena dated a little, but nothing serious or public. She often talked in interviews about how important it is to love yourself, to get better, and to take time to understand your habits before starting a new relationship. She was doing the hard work on herself that many people avoid. She was facing tough truths and really trying to grow. Then came Benny Blanco. Benjamin Joseph Levin, known as Benny Blanco, is a very successful record producer and songwriter who has worked with almost every major pop star. He had worked with Selena for her job years earlier, but their relationship grew slowly and naturally from friendship, not love at first sight. In December 2023, Selena confirmed her relationship with Benny, and people had mixed feelings. Some fans were happy to see Selena with someone who seemed steady, successful on his own, and very different from the guys she dated before. Others were less nice, making mean comments about how Benny looked and asking why Selena liked him. But here's what became clear very quickly. This relationship was totally different from anything Selena had known before. Benny wasn't a superstar who made fans get overly excited or jealous. He was a behind-the-scenes guy, successful and respected, but not trying to be the center of attention. Their relationship seemed to be built on shared respect, shared beliefs, and true friendship, rather than a strong feeling that burns hot and fades fast. Selena has spoken very happily about Benny in interviews. She said he makes her feel safe, seen, cared for just as she is, not just for her public image. She's called the relationship healthy, steady, and built on talking openly and supporting each other. The difference from her past relationships is very clear. What's really interesting is how Selena has handled this relationship in public. While she's confirmed it, and sometimes shares moments on social media, she has kept much more private limits than in the past. This suggests she has grown. She realizes that not everything needs to be public, and some things are worth protecting from the negative attention and comments that caused problems for her past relationships. In January 2025, rumors about an engagement started spreading, though neither Selena nor Benny confirmed anything for sure. But whether or not marriage is happening soon, what matters is that Selena seems to have finally found a relationship that supports her well-being, rather than hurting it. It's a relationship that adds to her life instead of taking it over, and it lets her be herself, instead of making her change into someone she's not. Now, let's talk about the health challenges that have defined much of Selena's adult life and have really shaped who she is today. In 2015, Selena suddenly cancelled her revival tour and stepped away from the spotlight. The official reason was being tired and needing to deal with side effects from lupus. But this was the first time the public learned about a health challenge that Selena had been managing privately for years. Lupus is a long-term autoimmune condition where the body's own defense system mistakenly attacks its own healthy parts. It can affect joints, skin, kidneys, and many other organs. There is no cure, only ways to manage it. The condition can flare up without warning, with effects that can be mild or very serious. For someone with Selena's busy career, lupus was a huge challenge. Selena shared that she was first told she had lupus back in 2013. This meant she was managing this serious news while also handling her relationship with Justin, keeping up with her career, and meeting all her professional commitments. She had been handling it quietly, not wanting to worry fans, be seen as unreliable, or let the condition define her. The 2015 treatment involved chemo, which was used to calm down her overactive immune system. Chemo is very hard on the body, and doing it while staying in the public eye takes incredible strength. Selena lost her hair, felt extremely tired and sick, and had to deal with the emotional toll of facing such a serious health issue at just 23. But the lupus led to an even more serious problem. In 2017, Selena shared that she had a kidney transplant. The lupus had affected her kidneys so much that they stopped working. This was a very dangerous situation, and she needed a transplant to stay alive. The donor was Francia Raisa, one of Selena's closest friends, who offered one of her kidneys to help her. Think about that for a moment. Selena Gomez, at 25, had major surgery to get a new kidney from her friend. The mark from the surgery is a permanent reminder of how serious it was. The surgery went well, but the recovery was long, tough, and emotionally very hard. The transplant means Selena has to take medications that lower her immune system for the rest of her life to keep her body from fighting the new kidney. These medicines can have serious side effects, like getting sick more easily, weight gain, mood changes, and a higher risk for other health issues. Selena's body and life were forever changed by this health event. The emotional impact of the transplant was huge. Selena has talked about feeling complex emotions about Francia giving her an organ, the worry that her body might not accept the kidney, and concern about her long-term future. She also felt very low after such a big health event. She talked to a professional to help process the experience, but some feelings take a long time to work through. The transplant also put stress on her friendship with Francia. While Francia has never said she regretted it, reports claimed the friendship had challenges afterward. The feelings around such a huge gift are complicated. How do you thank someone for that? How does the donor feel after such a big gift? Their friendship has reportedly had its ups and downs, which is a difficult part of such an emotional act. Selena's health challenges didn't end there. In 2020, she shared that she was told she has bipolar disorder. This is a mental health condition that causes big emotional highs and lows. This new information helped explain some of the challenges she faced over the years and gave her new ways to manage her mental well-being. This was another piece of the puzzle. Selena has been very open about her mental health journey. She uses her platform to make it okay to talk about mental health and to encourage people to get help. She's talked about her experiences with counseling, medication, and the work it takes to stay well. Her openness has been brave and helpful, letting millions of people feel better about their own challenges. But here's a difficult part. The medications Selena must take for lupus and her kidney can also affect her mental health. The medicines she relies on are known to cause mood changes and feelings of worry or sadness. So Selena is in a tough medical situation. The treatments that help her body can also make managing her mental well-being more difficult. The effect of these health challenges on Selena's appearance led to unkind public comments. The medications caused her weight to change, which some media and social media users made fun of. Selena was criticized for her changing body and had to deal with endless guessing and judgment about how she looked. It's a terrible irony. People were making fun of her for the side effects of medicine that was keeping her healthy. Selena has had to learn to ignore comments about her body, but it's been hard. She's talked about her challenges with body image and how difficult it is to be a woman in the public eye whose body is always being watched. It's even harder when dealing with side effects she can't control. Her openness about these challenges has been powerful and relatable. In 2022, Selena shared more health news. It is not safe for her to carry a pregnancy because of her health issues. The medication she takes and her lupus make pregnancy a high risk for both her and a potential baby. This news was very hard for Selena, who has said she wants to be a mother. She's talked about other ways to have a family, like surrogacy or adoption, but the sadness of not being able to carry her own child is something she continues to process. Selena's life has had its share of challenges. While she's mostly kept a positive public image, there have been times that caused a lot of discussion, critiques, and difficult moments. Understanding these times gives a better picture of the pressures she's faced. The first big challenge came in 2013 with the Spring Breakers movie. Selena played a college student on spring break who gets involved with a questionable character. The role included mature themes, strong language, and risky behavior, which was a big change from her Disney image. While the movie was praised by critics, many fans and parents were surprised by her choice. She faced pushback from people who felt she was letting down her young fans and setting a bad example. But Selena stood by her choice. She was an adult trying to be seen as a serious actress, not just her old TV role, and she needed to take risks to be seen differently. This challenge showed the tough spot former child stars are in. They get criticized if they keep their clean image, being called boring, and criticized if they change, being called bad influences. Social media has been both good and bad for Selena. While she became the most followed woman on Instagram, showing her huge influence, she's also faced a lot of harsh online comments and negativity. This was especially hard during her relationship with Justin Bieber, but it's been a problem for a long time. Selena has often taken breaks from social media for her mental health, realizing the constant negativity was not good for her. In 2019, Selena faced critiques for being in the film A Rainy Day in New York. The film's director, Woody Allen, has faced serious, long-standing accusations, and many actors have said they regret working with him. Selena was criticized for being in the movie, though she later donated her pay to charity and said she regretted the choice. The moment showed how hard it is to make choices in Hollywood, especially for young actors who may not see the full impact of their decisions. One of the most public discussions involved Selena's past friendship with Demi Lovato. The two had been close since they were kids, meeting on Barney and Friends and supporting each other as they became famous. But their friendship became hard over the years, as both of them were dealing with serious personal problems that made it tough to keep the friendship going. Demi has been open about her struggles with health and wellness. Selena was dealing with her own serious health and mental health challenges. This combination made it hard for them to support each other in the way they needed, even though they cared for one another. There were reports of distance, times they weren't speaking, and finally a quiet understanding that the friendship had ended. The fact their friendship faded in public was painful for both women and their fans. People took sides, looked closely at their social media, and created arguments where there might have just been sadness. Both women have spoken nicely about each other in recent years, recognizing the part they played in each other's lives, while also accepting that they've grown apart. Selena has also faced critiques for being culturally insensitive. In 2013, she wore a bindi as a fashion item during a performance, which led to complaints from the Indian community who saw it as disrespectful. Selena apologized, saying she didn't understand the meaning behind it and didn't mean to be disrespectful. The event showed how careful stars have to be with cultural sensitivity. In a similar way, her voice role as Audrey in the 2018 movie Hotel Transylvania 3 got critiques. The character was supposed to be a monster, but was drawn to look like Selena, which some people found strange or unfitting for the movie. The discussion around her weight and body comments is also important. In 2022, a TikTok video showed Selena at an event where she seemed to notice people talking about her body. This started a big conversation about body comments, with many supporting Selena and pointing out how unkind it is to talk about anyone's body, especially someone dealing with health issues and taking medicine that affects their weight. Selena spoke about the body comments directly in a TikTok video that went viral. She emotionally explained that she doesn't focus on her weight because she's dealing with real health problems, and if people don't like her body, they can stop following her. That open and honest moment connected with millions who have faced similar critiques. She later made it clear that taking her medicine to stay healthy is far more important than how she looks. Another big discussion started around Selena and Hailey Bieber. After Justin married Hailey in 2018, the internet created a negative story that put the two women against each other. Fans looked at every social media post, comment, and action, trying to find proof of a fight. Both women were unfairly defined by their connection to Justin instead of being seen for their own achievements. In 2023, things got worse when people started guessing that Hailey was making fun of Selena on social media through hidden posts and comments. Whether it was on purpose or just a coincidence, the public reaction was very harsh, with Selena's fans sending Hailey a lot of negativity. Selena publicly asked her fans to stop the harsh comments, saying that no one should receive such awful messages and that the whole situation was not healthy for anyone. The Hailey situation showed a bigger problem with celebrity culture: how women are always put against each other, especially when they're connected to the same man. Both Selena and Hailey were dealing with the results of Justin's choices, but they were the ones who got compared and put into a made-up fight. Selena has always tried to stay out of it, but the story continues no matter what she does. In 2023, Selena faced critiques for comments she made about a major world conflict. She posted on social media saying she was sad about the situation, but some people felt her post didn't take a strong enough side. In today's social media world, famous people are expected to have perfect opinions on very complex world issues, or they face backlash. Selena removed the post and later tried to explain her position, but the event showed the tough spot celebrities are in when they talk about world events. Besides her physical health challenges and public issues, Selena has faced private struggles. She's recently opened up more about her mental wellness. The tough feelings she's had aren't just medical terms. They are real things that have deeply affected her daily life and work choices. Selena has shared that she's had moments of intense fear, very strong worry that makes it hard to go out, and low periods where it's hard to even get started. For someone whose job means always being in public, this creates a very difficult choice between her work duties and her own personal health. The pressure to always be working, stay popular, and compete in a tough industry has been a huge mental strain. Selena said it felt like she was always running, but getting nowhere, always needing to find the next project or success to feel like she was good enough. Her connection to social media has been tricky. It made her one of the most followed people, but it also brought a lot of negative comments, comparisons, and pressure to look perfect. Selena has taken long breaks from social media, even removing the apps because it was just too much for her well-being. In 2016, her team said she was taking time off to handle feelings of worry and sadness related to her illness. But it was more than that. She went to a center to get focused help for mental wellness issues that had been building up. It wasn't just a vacation, it was a sign that she was in a very tough spot and needed real support. The help worked, But feeling better isn't a straight line. Selena has good days and hard days. She's been very honest about this, arguing against the idea that help fixes these problems for good. Instead, she says it's something you always have to work on and manage. Her 2022 documentary, Selena Gomez, My Mind and Me, gave a never-before-seen look at her personal struggles. It showed her being very open, showing emotion, dealing with a very serious mental health challenge, facing her fears, and working hard to stay well. Her honesty was both moving and tough to watch. The film shared that in 2018, Selena went through a mental health episode, so serious she couldn't remember parts of that time. This kind of episode can be scary, making it hard to know what's real. For her to share this, knowing the judgment and possible work problems, showed amazing courage. One of the toughest things she shared was her struggle with deep, hopeless feelings. She talked about times when she felt like she didn't want to go on, when the emotional hurt felt like too much to handle. Sharing this is so important. It shows that anyone, even famous people, can have these very hard struggles. Success doesn't protect you from these challenges. Selena's honesty has made her a strong voice for mental wellness. She helped start Wondermind, a company focused on making it okay to talk about mental health and offering help. She uses her fame to encourage people to ask for support, be open about their feelings, and see that mental wellness is just as important as physical health. But being a spokesperson brings its own pressures. Now, when she has a hard time, she's judged by everyone. If she has a bad day, people ask questions. If she's doing well, some people doubt her past. It's a very tough spot to be in. Wanting everything to be perfect has been a big challenge. Selena has said she is very hard on herself and worries a lot about letting people down. This need to be perfect might come from her childhood, when she felt she had to work to support her family. This creates a tough inner voice, but getting help is slowly changing that. Losing her privacy has also been a major personal challenge. Selena can't go anywhere without being followed and talked about. Her life is always on display. She has talked about how sad it makes her to have lost a normal life where she could just be herself without being watched. This has made her feel alone, even with so many fans. While Selena has managed to avoid the big legal problems that have stopped many young stars, she still had some legal issues. Mainly, she had arguments over contracts and business deals. These issues showed her the tougher parts of the entertainment world. In 2014, Selena stopped using her parents as managers. This was a personal and work choice. She realized that mixing family and business was not good for anyone. The change seemed friendly on the outside, but ending a work relationship with family is always hard. Her parents had given up a lot for her career, and it must have been very hard for them when she made that change, even if it was needed. This change showed Selena wanted to set new rules and become more independent. She needed to make choices for her career and art based on what was best for her, not just based on family feelings or what her parents had done for her. This break was very important for her to grow up as a person and an artist, even if it caused some family stress. Selena has also faced legal problems with contracts and called off tours. When she had to stop her revival tour in 2016 for her health, there were reports of issues with the places, promoters, and sponsors who had put money into it. Insurance probably paid for most of the money lost, but stopping the tour created work problems. It also hurt relationships with business partners who count on artists to do the shows they promised. The hard part for Selena was working in a business that often cares more about money than a person's health. Stopping a tour costs a lot of money and lets down many fans. Even with good health reasons, artists feel pushed to keep going, to take medicine and perform, and to put their health second to their work duties. Selena's choice to put her health first was strong, but it was also a risk for her career. In 2017, there were reports of legal arguments with her old management team. The details were not public, but it seemed they disagreed on money, creative choices, and where her career was going. These kinds of arguments happen a lot in the entertainment world. Young artists often sign papers they don't completely understand, giving away rights and money that they later wish they hadn't. Selena has also had legal issues with brand deals and business projects. Her name and face are very valuable, so they are used to sell many things, like perfumes, clothes, and more. Handling these deals needs careful legal help. This makes sure the products are good, that her brand is used in the right way, and that the money deals are fair. There have been reports of arguments when products weren't good enough, or when companies didn't follow the rules of the deal. Her production company, July Moon Productions, has worked on many projects. Some did well and some did not. Making movies and shows means dealing with tricky contracts, money risks, and creative arguments. Sometimes these arguments turn into legal problems. Selena has avoided big public legal fights here, but the truth is that making content means always talking things out and sometimes needing lawyers to help. Social media has created new legal problems for famous people. Selena has had to deal with online safety issues, people making comments, people pretending to be her, and people stealing her work. Each problem needs a legal response, like sending official letters, making copyright claims, and working with the law. The amount of legal work needed to protect a star like Selena is very large and never stops. There have been arguments over trademarks for her different business projects. When you are building a big business with beauty products, rare beauty, production companies, and other items, protecting your brand is very important. Selena's legal team has had to file for trademarks, stop others from using her brand, and work through the tricky rules of brand law. One tough legal case came from fans who bought tickets for tour dates that were called off. Most fans got their money back, but some asked for more money to cover other costs, like travel, hotels, and missed work. These cases were probably settled out of court, but they show the hidden legal problems that can happen when health issues make an artist stop a tour. One of Selena's greatest successes has been Rare Beauty, the makeup company she launched in 2020. But this success story is about more than just business. It's about creating something special that matches her values and supports real causes she cares deeply about. Rare Beauty was created when Selena was thinking deeply about her own journey with self-image, mental health, and the beauty industry's unhelpful ideas about perfection. She wanted to create a brand that celebrated being unique rather than fitting in, that encouraged people to love their unique features rather than covering them up, and that openly connected beauty with mental health and well-being. The makeup itself was developed to be inclusive, with many shade ranges and products designed for various skin types and needs. But the messaging was what made Rare Beauty different. The brand's tagline, "You are rare," focuses on being yourself and self-acceptance. Every campaign, every product name, and every piece of marketing supports the message that you don't need to look like everyone else to be beautiful. Most importantly, Selena promised to donate money from Rare Beauty sales to mental health services. She started the Rare Impact Fund with the goal of raising $100 million over 10 years to grow mental health services in communities that need more support. This wasn't a vague charitable promise. It was a solid plan with clear goals and open reporting. The business success of Rare Beauty was bigger than anyone thought. By 2024, the company was worth over $1 billion, making Selena a self-made billionaire. Let that sink in. The girl who grew up watching her mother count change for gas became a billionaire through a company she created to promote mental health awareness and self-acceptance. The way this all came together is amazing, but the business success brought its own pressures and challenges. Selena became a serious businesswoman with employees, investors, board members, and a lot of money involved. The company's success meant people watched every decision more closely. There were more legal and financial things to handle, and there was pressure to continue growing and competing in the tough beauty industry. Rare Beauty also received negative feedback. Some said Selena was using mental health as a marketing gimmick or making money from the very topic she claimed to care about. Others questioned whether a billionaire celebrity could truly speak to mental health challenges or connect with everyday people. Every successful person faces questions, but the comments must have been hard to hear, especially given Selena's real commitment to mental health support. The company has had to handle difficult topics, including questions about where ingredients come from, how products are made, and the gap between the brand's values and the realities of the beauty industry. Selena has tried to remain involved, making sure the company actually reflects her values rather than just using them for marketing. But staying real as the company grows becomes harder and harder. While Selena had been in movies and TV shows over the years, 2021 brought what many call her best acting work in the Hulu show Only Murders in the Building. The show, which also stars comedy greats Steve Martin and Martin Short, cast Selena as Mabel Mora, a young artist living in a New York apartment building where a crime happens. She was amazing in the role. Selena brought deep feelings, humor, and real acting skills to Mabel. She proved to fans and critics that she was a serious actress, not just a pop star acting. Her connection with Martin and Short was surprising but perfect. The three became real friends, and that warmth showed on screen. The show was a big hit, getting award nominations and great reviews. For Selena, it was the proof she wanted for years. Respect for her skills, not just for being famous. She was nominated for many awards for her acting, and people in the business noticed. Directors and producers who might have looked past her before were suddenly taking her seriously. But the success also brought pressure. The show needed long workdays in New York. This took a lot of physical and emotional energy, while she was also managing her health. Selena has spoken about how hard it was to keep up with the schedule, while not always feeling her best. There were days when showing up felt very hard, but she kept going because she knew this was her chance to show what she could do. The friendship she made with Steve Martin and Martin Short has been one of the great joys of the show. Both men, who are very famous and respected, treated Selena with kindness, acting as teachers and friends. How kind they were to her, both at work and in life, has meant a lot. They've publicly supported her talent, celebrated her wins, and offered her good advice as she goes through this part of her career. Only Murders in the Building has been brought back for more seasons. This gives Selena steady, important work that shows off her skills. This steady work, plus the respect she's earned from the role, has given her confidence and a safe feeling she didn't have earlier in her career. She's no longer just seen as a kid from her early TV days. She's an award-nominated actress in a hit show. Selena's music career has had its ups and downs. Unlike some stars who seem born for the stage, Selena has been open about her doubts regarding her singing. She has faced harsh comments about her voice, comparisons to singers with more training, and questions about whether she is a true musician or just a famous person who releases songs. Her early albums with The Scene were fun pop songs made for her Disney fans. Songs like Naturally and Love You Like a Love Song were catchy but simple. They did their job, making Selena a pop star and creating hits, but they didn't show much deep personal feeling or change. Things changed with her 2015 album, Revival. This was Selena's first album as a solo artist, and she made a real effort to sound more grown up. Songs like Good For You and Same Old Love were more polished, talking about adult relationships and romance in ways that were very different from her Disney days. Revival was a big hit with fans and critics. It proved Selena could connect with adult listeners and compete with other big pop stars. But it also showed her worries. She worked with many producers, constantly questioning her own voice and wondering if it was good enough. The album took years to finish because she wanted it perfect and battled her own fears. In 2020, Selena released Rare, an album clearly about dealing with breakups, self-worth, and healing. The title track became an anthem about knowing your value after a tough relationship. Songs like Lose You to Love Me were clearly about Justin Bieber, processing the hurt of that relationship and the growth that came from ending it. The album felt more real and honest than anything she had released before. Lose You to Love Me became Selena's first #1 single, a milestone that meant the world to her. The song connected with people because it was true. Fans could hear the pain and the healing in her voice. It wasn't technically perfect, but it was emotionally real, and that mattered more. However, Selena still struggles with how she sees herself as a musician. She has spoken openly about feeling unsure around other singers, wondering if she belongs in the same room as them, or if she should even keep making music. These doubts are sad because they show someone who, despite huge success, still feels like she might not belong. In recent years, Selena has been more careful about music releases. She focuses on single songs and teaming up with other artists rather than making full albums. Songs with Coldplay, Blackpink, and others have allowed her to stay in the music world without the pressure of carrying a whole project alone. This approach seems to work better for her happiness and peace of mind right now. Her Spanish language project in 2021 was a personal way to reconnect with her Mexican background. Selena grew up speaking Spanish with her family, but fame pushed her toward English language work. This project was about honoring her roots and creating something for her community. It was well received and earned award nominations, proving she made the right choice. Besides her business and creative projects, Selena has become a major giver, using her money and fame to help causes she cares about. This work often gets less attention than her dating life or health battles, but it shows the truest picture of who Selena is. Mental health support has been a big part of Selena's giving. Outside of her own fund, she has worked with many mental health groups, spoken at events, joined campaigns, and used her voice to make talking about mental health normal. She focuses heavily on young people, knowing that getting help early can change a life's path. Selena has also been a strong voice for lupus awareness. She works with research groups, sharing her story to teach people about the condition and raise money for better treatments and a cure. Her choice to talk openly about her kidney surgery has helped other patients feel less alone and taught people about the importance of organ donation. Helping families who move to new countries is another cause close to Selena's heart. Her family's background makes her care deeply about supporting these communities. She helped make a Netflix series about families trying to stay together, giving a voice to real people who are often just talked about in the news. Access to education is also a top priority. Selena has donated to schools and paid for scholarships to help kids who don't have much money get a chance to learn. She understands how school can fix financial struggles because she lived that reality. Acting gave her chances that school might have provided otherwise. During the recent global health crisis, Selena used her fame to encourage safety, donated to relief efforts, and helped pay for medical supplies. She also spoke honestly about how hard isolation was on her mind, making many people feel understood. Selena is very careful about using social media for good. While she takes breaks for her own health, when she is online, she uses her huge following to highlight important causes and ask her fans to help. This type of famous activism can sometimes feel fake, but Selena backs up her posts with real money and real action. Her work with UNICEF has been going on for a long time. Selena became an ambassador at just 17, making her one of the youngest ever. She has traveled to places like Ghana, Chile, and Nepal, seeing the hard times children face with her own eyes and working to fix these problems. Selena's friendships have been watched just as closely as her dating life, and her inner circle has changed over the years as she has grown. Her longest and most important friendship has been with Taylor Swift, a bond that has lasted even though both women have very busy careers and busy lives. Selena and Taylor met in 2008 when they were both dating the Jonas Brothers. Because they were going through the same things, they clicked right away. Their friendship grew as they both dealt with being famous young women. They have stayed close through breakups, health issues, career changes, and personal growth. What is amazing about their friendship is how steady it is, in an industry where friends are often temporary or fake. Taylor has been there for Selena through her health scares, supporting her privately and sticking up for her publicly. Selena has also supported Taylor through her public arguments and life changes. They have shown up for each other again and again, in both big moments and quiet ones. Her friendship with Demi Lovato, as mentioned before, did not last the same way. The two grew apart as they dealt with their own hard times. While there does not seem to be any anger, the closeness they once had is gone. This change is normal. Childhood friends do not always stay friends as adults, but it was hard for both women and the fans who loved seeing them together. Francia Raisa's friendship with Selena is another major one because of the kidney surgery. Francia literally helped save Selena's life, a gift so big it is hard to imagine. But keeping a normal friendship after such a huge gift is hard. News about trouble in their relationship suggests that the time after the surgery was difficult for both of them, though they have both said they still love and respect each other. Selena's group has included many famous people over the years, actresses, models, and singers, but she is careful about who she truly lets in. Fame brings people who want things from you, and Selena has learned to be careful about friends, knowing that not everyone has a good heart. She has spoken about how lonely it is, not knowing who is really your friend, and who just wants to be near your fame and money. Her friendship with Nicola Peltz Beckham has been sweet to watch. The two became close more recently, and Nicola was actually at the hospital during Selena's surgery, giving support during one of the scariest times of her life. That level of showing up for someone shows how deep their connection is. Interestingly, Selena has made real friendships with her co-stars Steve Martin and Martin Short, even though they are much older. These friendships are simple. There is no competition or drama. They are based on respect and having fun creating things together. The two men have looked out for Selena in ways that show they really care about her, beyond just being co-workers. Selena never openly asked to be a role model, but the moment she got famous as a teen, that job was given to her, whether she liked it or not. Young fans looked up to her, parents expected her to be a good example, and the news media held her to rules that were too hard to follow. This pressure has been a blessing and a heavy job. During her Disney years, the role model job was clear and written in her contract. Disney stars must look clean and innocent, avoid trouble, and act perfectly for young viewers. Any break from this, a relationship, an adult photo, or just growing up, was treated like breaking the trust people put in them. Selena has fought against this role model title throughout her career. On one side, she takes it seriously, trying to use her fame for good. On the other side, she fights the demand to be perfect, to not make mistakes, and to hide who she really is just to look good for other people. Her openness about mental health has changed what being a role model means. Instead of showing a fake, perfect look, Selena has shown her feelings, admitting struggles and mistakes. This shows that successful people can also be suffering. This realness has helped many fans feel understood when they see someone they admire deal with the same issues. But being this open comes with dangers. Every time Selena shares a hard time, she gets mean comments from people who think she is complaining, even though she is rich and famous. She is told she is just acting, that she uses her struggles for attention, or that she is weak. The cruel responses sometimes make her wonder if being open is worth the pain. Selena also deals with the weight of her fame on issues beyond her own life. With huge numbers of followers, anything she posts reaches millions. This fame is powerful but scary. One error, one bad statement, or one quick opinion, and she faces huge anger and could actually hurt people. The movement to love all body types has made Selena think about her own role in beauty standards. She admits that even though she has struggled with her body image, she still has many advantages. She is generally seen as beautiful, has lighter skin despite her family's background, and has money for things average people do not. She tries to be thoughtful about these advantages while being honest about her own hard times. The question of being real versus acting is always there for Selena. Every post, every interview, every public event is planned a bit because she knows she is being watched and judged. But this planning creates a difference between her public image and her private life that can feel fake, even though she has to do it to protect herself. As of 2025, Selena Gomez is at an interesting point in her life. At 33, she has done more than most people do in a lifetime. Success in business, praise for her acting, billionaire status from her companies, and huge cultural fame. But she has also been honest about her worries for the future. Regarding her acting, Selena seems stronger and more focused than ever. Only Murders in the Building continues to do well, and she is getting offers for movie projects that she never could have dreamed of before. Directors who once overlooked her now want to work with her. She has proven herself, and this validation has given her the courage to be more careful and ambitious in her choices. Her music career is less certain. Selena has suggested she might quit music to focus on acting and her businesses instead. She has talked about feeling unsure about her singing and asking if music is where her best skills really lie. This honesty is welcome, but also sad. She is holding herself back from something she loves because of worries that may not be true. However, she has also said she cannot imagine never making music again, that writing songs has helped her heal and process her life. So maybe the future holds a different kind of music career. Less pressure to constantly put out albums and compete for hits, and more freedom to create when she feels inspired and share when it feels right. Rare Beauty continues to grow, and Selena seems truly passionate about the company. She has talked about making the brand bigger, creating new products, and continuing to use the company as a way to support mental health causes. The business has given her a sense of purpose that does not rely on her looks or fame. It is about creating value and making a positive difference. Personally, Selena has said she wants a family. Her relationship with Benny Blanco seems serious, and she has spoken about wanting children, despite the medical challenges that mean she cannot carry a pregnancy herself. She is open to options like surrogacy and adoption, and it is clear that becoming a mother is an important future goal. But she is also thoughtful about bringing children into her life, given her health and the constant close watch she faces. She knows that her children would be born famous, that their lives would be photographed and discussed, and that they would face hard situations that children should not have to face. She is working on how to give potential children as normal a life as possible, while accepting that completely normal will never be an option. Selena has also talked about potentially stepping back from the public eye in some ways, keeping her career but having more privacy around her personal life. She is tired of every part of her life being used as content for others to consume, tired of the constant intrusion and comments. She wants to get back a sense of normal life and privacy, even while knowing that being completely unknown is impossible. Her health will continue to require careful, lifelong management. Lupus is a lifelong condition with no cure, and the kidney surgery means she will take medicine for the rest of her life. She will need to be careful about getting sick, check her kidney health often, and accept that flare-ups may happen. This medical reality will shape her life and career decisions moving forward. Mental wellness will also require constant care. Her condition, like lupus, is a chronic issue needing regular management through therapy, medication, and lifestyle choices. Selena has promised to keep up with this management, understanding that her mental health is key to everything else in her life. She has become a role model for treating mental health as seriously as physical health. When we look at Selena Gomez's influence, we cannot forget how much she has affected multiple generations across many areas. She is more than just a famous person. She has been a cultural power who has helped start important talks about mental health, body image, relationships, and bouncing back from hard times. Her mental health advocacy may have saved lives. By sharing her struggles in public, she has given countless people the permission to say they are having a hard time and to ask for help. The bad feelings around mental health have lessened a lot in recent years, and famous people like Selena, who have been honest about their lives, deserve thanks for this cultural change. Her success with Rare Beauty has proven that purpose-driven companies can make a profit, that you do not have to give up good ethics for success, and that makeup brands can promote self-love instead of causing worry. The company's promise to fund mental health work is making a real difference. The Rare Impact Fund is helping people get mental health services who could not afford them otherwise. Selena's openness about her health struggles has taught people about lupus, long-term conditions, and the reality of being sick in a way that public campaigns never could. She has shown that you can be successful and sick at the same time, that a health condition does not mean your life is over, and that managing long-term health is a daily truth for millions of people who still live full, great lives. Her relationship history, especially talking about her time with Justin Bieber, has started important talks about unhealthy relationships, how hard it is to leave someone you love who is not good for you, and the patterns that keep us stuck in bad situations. Young women have especially felt understood and guided by Selena's thoughts on that time. As an actress, Selena has proven that former child stars can successfully move to adult careers, that being taken seriously after Disney is possible, and that sticking with it and getting better skills matters more than where you began. Her success in Only Murders in the Building has helped other young performers who want to be seen as serious actors instead of just famous faces. Selena's journey from having little money to becoming a billionaire is an inspiring story. But what makes it important is that she has never forgotten where she came from. She has stayed grounded, kept up her family relationships despite challenges, and used her money to help others instead of just collecting expensive things for herself. Her fame on social media is huge. As one of the most followed people on Instagram, her posts reach hundreds of millions of people. She has used this platform carefully, more often than not, highlighting important causes, sharing real moments of her life, and trying to create a positive impact instead of just getting views. The story of Selena Gomez is truly a story about bouncing back. It's about a little girl who grew up watching her mother struggle but refused to accept having little money as her future. It's about a teenager who went through harsh public watch and kept working. It's about a young woman who faced health crises that should have ended her career, but instead found ways to change and keep going. It's about someone who went through an unhealthy relationship that took years of her life, but eventually found the courage to leave and do the hard work of getting well. It's about facing mental health challenges that felt too big to fix, but choosing every day to keep fighting, to keep managing, and to keep believing that life is worth living. It's about turning pain into purpose, using her struggles with mental health to ask for better access to care, using her health challenges to teach people about lupus, using her difficult relationship past to help others see unhealthy patterns, and using her fame to highlight important causes and support groups that need it most. Selena Gomez hasn't lived a perfect life. She's made mistakes, faced failures, hurt people, and been hurt. She's been messy and public in ways that were sometimes hard to watch. She's struggled with who she is, her value, her goal in life, and her future. She's been knocked down many times by life events, choices, health, and relationships. But her main defining feature isn't how many times she has fallen. It's how many times she has chosen to stand back up. Her journey, full of shadows and light, serves as a powerful testament to her own core message, that showing your feelings is strength, that getting well is possible, and that even on the hardest days, a new, brighter chapter is always waiting to be written. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, subscribe for more.